So you're back on reality TV with House of Villains. How did this compare to Survivor when it comes to the type of people that you were competing against?
So I got a couple of chances at Survivor, and in the original season, literally no one even knew what these unscripted drama competitions were.
Yeah.
Second season, more people knew, but still weren't playing. That's been on 24 years of examples. So coming into House of Villains, I was super prepared and I knew everybody would be playing the game.
Yeah.
Boy, was I wrong. So it's my fault. I was really blindsided by the lack of gameplay. This was a big ball of crazy. I mean, just a big ball of emotion and anger and tears and I've never seen people interact with one another the way some of these people talked to each other. And I just didn't care because I assumed there was lots of game gonna be played. Oi.
Do you think that's where things went wrong? Because obviously in the first season of Survivor, you made it to the end, and here, not you didn't get as far. Do you think
Yeah,
underestimating the social game maybe versus the actual competition part of it is
I
what led to
did.
that?
Even calling it that, Mona, even calling it a social game is too far. So, what I realized is there isn't, a lot of this still, all these years in, depending on who's selected as participants, isn't gameplay. It's not
Yeah.
a social game even. They might call it that. They might even while they're playing it think that, but they're not. They're just wrapped up in their emotions. Who do I like? Who's my friend? Who isn't? All that is jabberwocky to me. It has nothing to do with the game, and that was my downfall. They weren't there to play the way I think a winner has to play the game of Survivor. So as I
Mm.
tried to communicate to Camila what that was, and she's someone who knew me, who'd watched and understood what the game was, she still wasn't there prepared to play that way, to make the hard choices, to trust a good player. Let's hope she regrets it.
Speaking of that, I was going to ask you about the decision she made and the bold move she made to kind of shake up the house. You guys had what seemed like a bit of a friendship, but it kind of went sideways a little bit after that decision. How do you feel about her now,
Oh, I love
being on the
her. I
outside?
love her.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as friendship for me in the game. I don't
Mhm.
care what you say to me. I don't care what you don't say to me. No matter whether you think we are bonded for life or not, we're not. You're a pawn, you're a plastic little piece, and I have to get rid of your ass. That's the way I play a game. But when it's
Yeah.
over, you're a human being and we shared an experience and let's be friends. I love Camila. I don't care what choices she made in the game. But let's put it bluntly, that was dumb. That was really, really stupid. And I hope she regrets it. But not just because she put me up. She didn't think it through sufficiently. And I believe there will be consequences as a result of her like throwing spaghetti at the wall. She puts all these people up with whom she
Mhm.
had been interacting and talking. That puts a huge target on your back. That doesn't leave you protected in any way. Not smart is the kindest way I can possibly say it.
What about the rest of your castmates? Do you think you'll stay friends with them afterwards? I know you said that in your confessional, oh, I'm not going to miss any of these people.
Yeah, so it's just true. They're not friends when you play a game. When you finish, a whole other world opens up. So we spent a week or more in New York doing press, etc. During that time, we make bonds. We get to know one another.
Mhm.
We go on from there. And that bodes well for friendships to build over time. I don't know that every one of them and I will be really close, but we're certainly open to interacting with one another in kind ways and developing relationships.
That's great. Um, how did you feel you were received when you came into the house as kind of the OG reality star of competition series. And when did you realize that you were a villain?
So I didn't realize I was a villain until when I was played the original season until I got home. I thought I was coming home to a most valuable player. I thought people would be awed by what I did, but they didn't understand the game. And turns out they still don't. But more and more people do. And so House of Villains, fine. You know, I'm a villain. Let's go. I don't care. I'm going to win. That's just the way I approach things. So I'm not bothered by it. I think people now better understand that you do what you need to do within the context of the game, and that's just what's right. It's just what's necessary.
I know you said that if you made it to the end, the money, the prize would be life changing for you. How do you feel about not making it to that point? And does the allure of maybe other competition series, other prize winnings, make you want to step into other competition shows?
Sure. I mean, these are opportunities. You know, life is, for me, life has always been about opportunity. And I've really been intrigued by trying different things and exploring. I've had a really, really interesting life. It was sidetracked awfully, horribly by what happened after Survivor.
Mhm.
And that's part of our system being broken and more than we can get into now. But prejudice, etc. But I love life. I love me. I love exploring opportunity. And so there's no telling where you'll see me next.
Now that you're out of the House of Villains house and you've seen how things were going on there and the alliances that were being made or the lack thereof, who do you think will go all the way and win this?
Well, if you think I'm going to tell you, you don't know me very well.